So we are live and alive. We are both. Simone Milasas and Brendon Watt.
Hello, Simone Milasas.
Hello, Brendon Watt. How are you today?
Oh, I'm just wonderful. How are you today?
I'm awesome. Well, actually, do you know what? I've been a little strange today, and I get like, I mean, we wanted to talk about a few things to do with choice of possibilities as it's a class coming up. I think we start in 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 5 days to go. Anyway, it's 5 days to go, and hey, Rebecca, and my day is like I woke up and having you guys. Dane here is doing an energetic synthesis of being in Houston online, which is friggin' phenomenal. But it also starts at my 11 p.m. and I haven't quite worked out how I can, be at a class all night and wake up and be awake during the day doing all my meetings and creation, etc. Hey, Saul. Hey, Yaku. So I've been listening to it later, but can I tell you how fucking aware you become of what is going on around the world and the changes that occur when you wake up in the morning in Australia and you're like, whoa, and the class that you guys have been to, and then also acknowledging, okay, it's Monday morning here. Even though the world is in a weird state, it still has that Monday morning itis, like where people are like, Monday morning. So talk about having to use the Access Consciousness tools. And I seriously am not sure what I would do if I didn't have the Access Consciousness tools. So if you don't know anything about what we're talking about and you've just come on here, please go check out accessconsciousness.com. There is so many amazing, amazing classes and tools and just different things for you to actually, create something different in your life. One of the things is, I'm going to show it right here now too, is the mantra of access. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. So I know Dane's been talking about this. I know I'm pretty good at this.
You are pretty good, but you can also see what people are saying. I can't see anything.
Yes, you can. If you go to the section on the side and it says comments. So, but all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Do you want to talk about the mantra of access, Brendon? Like,
well, I mean, for a lot of people that do spiritual stuff, it's like, well, speak about what you want to show up in your life. So we go, well, I think positive thoughts. I'm only going to think positive thoughts. I'm only going to ask for positive things. But what we do with that is we always look for the positive. So we're still going into judgment, going, well, I must find the good things in life. And if I think it will come into fruition. But the thing with all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory is all of life comes to you with ease, joy, and glory. So it's like you might walk outside and step in a pile of dog shit, but that still comes to you with ease, joy, and glory because you know that you're not going to give yourself up for that pile of dog shit. Now,
I love that analogy. That's wonderful.
Now, bear with me on this because this is a really shitty analogy. I didn't even mean the pun, but that was fucking brilliant. But it's like, but what we do is we're always looking for the great things in life. So we're going, okay, so how do I have a better life? How do I have a better life? How do I have a better life? But we're constantly judging ourselves into the better life. We're going, okay, I need to get better. I need to get better. I need to get greater. I need to have more money. It's like, and is that a lot of work? Like you're constantly on this train to just judging yourself more rather than all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory means you're going to have those moments. And the thing I love about Access is one of the things that taught me is you're going to have those moments. We're not talking about utopia. We're not talking about this perfect life where you get to just everything is rainbows and butterflies and magical unicorns flying around you. It's your life. It's everything that you have every day. But all of it comes to you with ease, joy, and glory. All of it. And that's like, for me, it's such a, I don't know how to put that part into words, but it's such a, like, because when you, like, even think of it for day to day, it's like when you have a shitty moment, when you have a moment where you're just like, ugh, I'm so frustrated right now, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory? What if it wasn't wrong anymore that those things show up in your life? But what if all of that could still come to you with ease, joy, and glory? So for me, what it really is there's no right, there's no wrong, there's no in between. It's just, it is. Okay, I'm creating it. Now, all of it comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. What would I like to create with it?
Yeah, and it's so not about going to the judgment of you. I mean, like I said this morning when I woke up, I was like, what the hell? You know, like everything that I was perceiving, which is what was occurring, it's like perceiving all of this stuff going on all around the world. And I spoke to Brendon before, and I'm having one of those days where I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. Let me out of my country. Let me out of my state. It's like, you know, not totally being an allowance of it. And all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. I must have said it like 30 or 40 or 50 times this morning already. So it's not about going to the wrongness of, you know, how you wake up in the morning, or going to the every day must be a perfect day and I must be joyfully happy every day. No, sometimes it's like there's some stuff that shows up that's really uncomfortable or not the easiest thing in the world. So what if you could create it to have more ease? Hence, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And this is the mantra of access consciousness. And I love that Dane, I mean, I said to him yesterday, I love the way he grabs the tools of access that, you know, have been around forever, and he rediscovers them himself, and he invites us to rediscover them as well. So one of the home plays he's been giving out, and I'm going to give it to you guys. If you've never heard of Access before, it doesn't matter. If you have heard of Access, and if you're a certified facilitator, if you've done 1 billion years of Access, doesn't matter, okay? None of it means anything. What I'm going to ask is, what if every day you asked 100 times, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. You can even put it on a loop and play it while you sleep. And I went on a walk yesterday for like an hour and a half, and I would have said it more than 100 times, but I just kept listening to Dane's ESB class and also asking, demanding, requesting, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. So it's one of the, you know, basic tools that we use in Access Consciousness, and it can create huge amounts of change.
I know, but don't you love it? Because it's like we're like been doing Access for a long time right now. So like we should be using like the really main tools, but we still use this. It's like, it's like, but the thing with this is it's not just the tool, it's your choice to use it. And what a lot of it, we go, okay, so I have the tool, okay, fine. Now I have the tool, now my life's gonna get better. One of the things I've learned over 10 years, and it's like I came to Access and I hated myself. I hated myself. And over the years, over 10 years, I've done a little bit of massive forward movement, and then a lot of backward movement, and then massive forward movement, and then a lot of backward movement, and a little bit of forward movement, and then a little bit of backward movement. But it's like, but there's always been this pull back into this reality that I've been choosing. Every time that I'm not willing to get greater, I give up using the tools. Every time that you're willing to get greater, a lot of us also give up using the tools, because now we go, okay, now I have more of a sense of me. I have more of a sense of me, so I don't need the tools anymore. What I've found recently dynamically is this is the time you want to use the tools the most. And I don't know about you guys, but what I did for a lot of my life was, once I get out of problems, then I'm good. I'll get out of the problems, I'll solve the problems, I'll solve my money, I'll solve my relationships, I'll solve my body, I'll solve all of that stuff. Once I start getting a bit more lightness of that in my world, I'll stop using the tools, because now I'm good. I'm still not creating something greater. And what I've learned is, when I get to those moments, use them more. And when I get to more of me, use them more. When I get to more of that, use them more. But it's like, what if you could truly create a life that was all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory?
So Brendon and I do have this class starting in 5 days, Choice of Possibilities, and the prerequisites are foundation. I know there's a bunch of people doing foundation online too. And I've had, like, obviously so much time on my own in my house in Pigeon Beach, Australia. And I was saying to Gary Douglas, the founder of Access, the other day, it's like the tools of access are in my face. There's a whole lot of things that I am requesting of myself and demanding of myself and requesting of the universe to, you know, show me something different in some different ways as well. And to, like, one of the tools I've been using at the moment is not to judge myself. Because there's so many times, it's like, how many times do you judge yourself a day? How many of you wake up in the morning with this litany of judgment? It's like, what if you never, ever judged you again? Which, not judging you again includes not judging your money, not judging your business, not judging your relationships, not judging, you know, your bodies, not judging any of your choices. You just get to choose. And I've also been asking myself the question of, I facilitate these choice of possibilities classes usually around the world in different beautiful, amazing cities. The last one I did was in Budapest, Hungary, which was awesome. And now I get to co-facilitate with Brendon, who I absolutely adore co-facilitating with you too, Brendon. And I was asking myself, what do I want to create with this? What do I actually want to invite people to? And one of the things I was looking at is what can the access consciousness tools and what can I be that would empower you to know that you have a different choice available, and not to make it like serious and significant and complicated, because it doesn't have to be complicated. Choosing is just choosing. It's like, you know, you get up in the morning, you get out of bed. You can choose not to get out of bed, or you can choose to get out of bed. So what is it that you would actually like to create with your life? Like, do you even know what it is that you desire in all aspects of your life? Like, do you know what it is you desire? And what if we could, you know, get together over these 3 days, you get a manual, etc., but we start to extrapolate and really explore all the choices in life and everywhere that you have currently been limiting you. And what if we were able to change that? Because I know you can, and you've got a demand of you to change it. Yes.
Well, I just want to add in there with the part you said about what do you truly desire, because one thing I've noticed, and I've kind of just glazed over it over the years when I put that question out there in classes, and everybody just goes, don't want to look, don't want to hear that, don't want to, because it's like, if somebody says to you right now, what do you truly desire? What do? You go, I have no idea. And from what I've seen, most people do that. But what I've learned, including myself over the years, it's like, if you would have asked me that over the years, what do you truly desire? I would go,
do you try and look for the right thing? Like, oh, I better desire what somebody else is desiring.
Yeah. And it's like, and when I came to my first level 2 and 3, which is now this class that we're talking about, the COP, I walked into that room desiring more girls and more money. That was what I was asking for.
I love it. Yeah.
Profound. Now look at me. No, I'm kidding. But it's like,
girls,
girls, money, you know, I got the bling. I got it. But it's like, but I didn't know what else I could ask for in those moments. And what I've learned recently is I started looking back going, okay, what did I desire as a kid? And for me, it was to be happy. I just wanted to be happy.
Happy.
Happy. But what I realized with that was, when I was doing this video today, and I realized that I didn't ever think that that was a big enough ask. I went, well, that's not big enough. Like, everybody else is asking for fast cars and more money and more girls, and they want like big houses, and they want like families with picket fences, and it was like all of these things, and I just wanted to be happy, because I knew with that energy that I could create anything. And I went, well, I can't ask for that, it's too small. But what I've realized now is it's the biggest thing I've ever asked for. And what I now know is it's the thing that I'm always going to ask for.
And so, I just want to reiterate what you just said, because it's like, when you, from happy, you can create anything.
Yeah. And it's from happy you can create anything, but it's also from, that's the source of your being. Like, that's when you have this sense of you is this joyful being, when you have this sense of you and you ask from that place, you can create anything. And I thought, oh no, you can't do that. That's like, you can. You really can. Like, notice the times in your life where you're just feeling on. You just like, yeah, I'm struck my stuff. I'm good. I got it going on. And you just have that sense of you. Notice how everything shows up around you and just goes, oh, I want to help you. I want to contribute to you. I want to give you this. I want to give you that. But everything wants to contribute to you because you're matching the energy of everything else that wants to contribute to you.
And you know, yeah, sorry, go.
Well, it's just, I mean, talk about taking something that we've made so complex as this reality. We just go, whoa, but we have to do this. I have to wake up this time. I have to earn this much money. And we're just going, whoa, what? And then you simplify it into something like that. Like, I just need to be happy. And then everything starts moving forward and my life starts getting greater. Yes. And I didn't even see this until recently, but I went, oh, that's much easier.
Yeah, and life doesn't have to be complicated to be happy. Life doesn't have to be complicated to create ease. And this is one of the things that I get is like, it's a choice. It's a friggin' choice. And yet it's like, how often when you choose something and something shows up really easily, like I know what my family used to say to me, my mother used to say to me for a long time was, oh, you're always so lucky. You're so lucky the way things show up. And I would look at her and think, it's not luck. I created it. I chose this. Like I knew when I left high school that I wanted to go and travel the world. I also knew I had to take some action to allow that to occur. So I went and got, as many jobs as I could so I could make as much money as I could and not spend money while I was working. And then I left and I told everyone I was going overseas for 6 months and I ended up staying 3 years and exploring the world and having so much fun and created an idea of a business that I desired to create. Because for me, what I wanted to create, I looked around the planet and was like, God, this planet is amazing. And I see people ignoring it and functioning from the, the trauma and drama rather than this something else that's available. So I created this whole business called Good Vibes for You. And the whole idea was that you have a level of vulnerability with another person, with all the beings on the planet, with the earth, with the animals, like, with the ocean, the forest, all of it. And that's what I desired to create. And then I met Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, at a Mind, Body and Spirit festival in Sydney, Australia. And you know what? A whole lot of things opened up for me with Access, but I was like, holy shit, this guy's talking about everything I want to create, except I was doing it through, merchandise, T-shirts and magnets and stickers. And this guy was doing it through asking questions and then using the Access Consciousness clearing statement and pock and potting stuff and empowering you to know that you know. And that's the one thing I love about Access is quite often we're not talking about anything that you don't already know, but nobody talks about this stuff. So what if now is the time that you were empowered to know what you know and not trying to fit into this reality? Because I'm sorry, none of you have ever fitted into this reality. You don't fit trying to fit. Yeah. You have.
Yeah, I've done an amazing job. I did it for like 20 years. I was actually brilliant at it.
Yeah, but you had the UN in front of what you were asking for, didn't you?
Well, I just had the hating myself the whole time.
Being unhappy. And it's like, how many of you are choosing to, hate yourself or judge yourself rather than go, you know what, fuck this, I'm choosing something different. And now is the time. So everywhere that you have been functioning from somebody else's reality rather than the reality that you could be choosing today, we destroy and uncreate it.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
And I'm just putting down below theclearingstatement.com. If you want to find out more about Access Consciousness Clearing Statement, go to this website because Dr. Dane talks about it and he's brilliant at talking about it. But basically, it takes away, it's sort of like on a computer, pressing the delete button of all those places you've created, the limitations, buying somebody else's point of view, the thoughts, feelings, and emotions, all those places that keep you stuck. You choose to keep you stuck, and you can also choose to unstick you and choose a really different reality.
If you want.
If you want. It's your choice. What else is possible?
And it's like, and can I just say the other thing with that is it's like, you don't have to know what that looks like. either. You know, if you, with whatever's going on right now, and talk about a time where you just go, what is going on? A time on the planet where you're just going a different reality. Yes, please, but how do I get there? How you get there is just by that one choice. You know what? I'm going to choose something different today, and I'm going to ask for everything to contribute to that. And it's like, one thing I'm grateful for is sometimes I feel like I took the speed train on this journey to consciousness, and sometimes I really feel like I took the fucking slow rail. I'm like, it's not, there's no right or wrong with it. It's not, for me, when I slowed down, was always that place where I looked for, okay, how do I get it right? What am I doing wrong? When it sped up was from that place of, okay, what can I be that I haven't been willing to be? And in that question was where my life started opening up. So it's like, it's not even this, it's really easy if you want it to be easy. And it's really, really, really hard if you want it to be hard. So that part is the part that you have to choose to have it. That part is what you have to choose and go, okay, so do I want to have an easy life that contributes to me, where I get greater every day, or do I want to have a hard life? And if you start with that, those two things, and go, okay, do I want to have an easy life where I get greater every day, or do I want to have a hard life where I give up more of me every day? If you go easy, make the demand of you today, whatever it takes, whatever I have to be, I'm going to go in that direction. That one choice will start opening up doors to every other choice that will show you how you can have that direction. But you have to make that first choice.
You know, I just want to reiterate again, it doesn't have to be complicated. Like, I've got this little posy of flowers sitting in front of me, right? And the whole time I'm talking, it's like, these flowers are such a contribution. So what if you notice, like, it doesn't have to be this massive thing that shows up and it's like, you know, all of a sudden you've got $10,000 in your bank account, or someone just goes, whoa, I'm going to give you everything you're asking for. Have a look around, go outside. It's like, be with nature and ask nature to contribute to you. Ask the earth to contribute to you and see what shows up. Like, it doesn't have to be huge to actually ask for changes. And someone's asking here too, how do you make choices when you feel tired? First thing is, I would say, is ask, who does it belong to? And ask, who does it belong to, which is an access consciousness tool. Who does it belong to? And if it lightens up, it's not yours. Okay. And then POC and POD, everything that you're buying into that creates the tiredness, right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And one thing I've also discovered over the years is, if you're tired, ask your body, what do you require? What do you desire? Do you want to have a nap? And quite often, every single time, you know, like I remember years ago, I said to Gary, oh my God, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit on the couch and watch TV at the moment and go to sleep. And he was like, don't worry. He said, sometimes your body is very aware of what is about to occur and it is asking you to rest. So ask, is your body actually asking you to rest? Is now the time for you just to relax and receive and rest? Because you have those days where you wake up and you're like, yeah, let's do a billion things at once. So what if you didn't judge what was occurring and ask some questions? And then it's so much about, you know, using the access consciousness tools is being in question. What question can you ask today? What question can you ask today that would allow more to show up? So yes, happiness is just a choice. I love that. So what are you going to choose? HAPPY? So Brendon, what else would you like to be telling these wonderful people that are on here?
Well, I think it's like, for me right now, it's more of an energy of what it's really, if you went into relax, and I get it. It's like, I can talk about going into relax into what it is that you try, what it is you desire right now. And you go, but I can't relax. I can't relax. I have to choose. I have to do this. I have to do that. But what does that create? And it's, I've been at ESP all day, so I'm a little brain dead.
You're a little fried.
Very, very aware of the energy of what people can choose right now. So just, guys, if I can offer you anything, is start looking at, okay, what is that for me? What's true for me? And if you get anything out of this, is if you start looking from that place, what is true for me? And what I realized was, when I started getting, when I was going, okay, what's true for me? And when I had that reality as more girls and more money, for example, okay, what's true for me was, okay, so in order to get that, I would have to fulfill the needs of girls and whatever it takes to get money. So my energy went into fulfilling needs. When I realized that what was true for me was actually joy and happiness, then I started noticing that every time that I switched tracks in my life to something that didn't match that energy, then I knew I wasn't choosing what was true for me. And this, if I can offer anything, is start getting to that sense of you, so that you know in those moments where you go, okay, if I choose this, what's my life going to be like in 5 years' time? If I don't choose this, what's my life going to be like in 5 years' time? Which one matches more of that energy of you? And if you start choosing from this, you will build the muscle of choice so big that you will, without even being significant, it's like you start building a universe of choice that doesn't exist just within this menu we've been taught. Because we go, well, I can only choose this. It's right, it's wrong, it's good, it's bad, it does this, it gives me more girls, gives me more money. But you don't actually see all the other choices outside of it. So start asking for that sense, whatever that is. For me, when I get it, I go running. When I go running, I get that joy of me. I'm the happiest person in the park. But I know that energy of me then. So then the rest of my day, I start noticing, okay, does that match that energy? No. Okay, why am I choosing it? And that's that place where you start being really present with yourself, start being honest with yourself, and start really getting to that place of, what do I want to choose my life to be like? What do I want my life to be like? And have fun. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
What would you like your life to be like? And about you, not about everyone else around you. It's like when you start to choose for you, and you start to choose for you, not from resistance and reaction, or alignment and agreement. It includes everything and everyone else. So Sul has just put up there too. It's actually, our class is in 4 days' time. So,
oh my God.
it was 5, it's 4. So we won't be late. And if you want to know more about it, accessconsciousness.com/COP, you can check that out. And
it's going to be really bad. So,
Well, and it's online. So it's on Zoom. So you get to come on here. It starts at 8 a.m. Queensland, Australia time. So it's good for Australia, good for New Zealand, good for New Caledonia, French Polynesia, America. It's like, because Brendon is in Houston, Texas at the moment. So he will be staying up with us and co-facilitating with me. So we're going to have a whole lot of fun. And whatever it's your class. It's like you get to choose. So you get, as soon as you register and pay, you get sent a manual, etc. So you can read through that manual and ask us a bunch of questions. And it's like, what is it that you would like to have from this class? What is it that you would like to, demand of you and request of the universe?
And that could, that could even be, if you got out of it, if you could get out of it, I'd just like to know what I'd like to ask for from this class. That could be a big thing. I'm only just getting in the last few days what I'd actually like to start asking for, because I didn't realize that I needed that thing that I talked about, that joy in my life, to start actually knowing what I really truly desire to ask for.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this shit for 10 years. You guys could get it in 3 days. Come on. What's your problem?
Well, I'm just going to leave one last thing here. And it's so funny because this is it's a question I'm asking myself every day, but I'm still looking at my phone. It's like, what could I add to my life that could give me more of me? And to me, that is so much about stepping into places like Choice of Possibilities. It's like, what could you add to your life that would give you more of you? And as Brendon spoke about, what if it's an energy? What if it's the energy of being happy? So what could you add to your life today that would actually give you more of you? And then you can run the clearing statement. Everything at that is times a godzillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And like I said, if this is the first time that you've ever heard of Access Consciousness, go check it out, theclearingstatement.com. And can I say, if this is the first time you've ever heard about Access Consciousness, is your life actually working? Because I know mine wasn't. I'm pretty sure I would be dead by now. I may have died of a drug overdose or being seriously depressed and unhappy, whilst knowing that there's a different possibility available. That's why I created the business Good Vibes for You, because I was like, there has to be something else. There's got to be something different. And then the first time that I ever heard Gary Douglas talk, I was like, oh my God, this is the difference that I always knew was available. So you don't have to choose Access. And it's like, if you know something else is available, come along and play. We're here. We got your back. Consciousness has your back. So, Mr. Brendon Watt, anything else you want to add before we end today?
No. No.
No. You have been at ESP with Dr. Dane Hero Day, so you're doing brilliant. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you maybe in 4 days' time for Choice of Possibilities with myself and Brendon Watt. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, and goodbye.
Bye.